Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be able to be presenting to you today. I'm Gail Macleod, and I'm going to be sharing innovation through marketing with you in this particular model. Research shows that companies that are brand innovators are growing their top line 4 percentage points faster than less innovative companies. Even market-leading brands can benefit from innovation through new techniques and approaches in all 3 pillars of brand innovation: discovery, strategy, ideation, followed by execution. Welcome to the module on innovation through marketing. Innovation can be defined as the implementation of a new marketing method involving significant changes in product design, packaging, product placement, and product promotion. The Australian Institute of Packaging is the peak professional body for education and training in Australasia, led by the esteemed Prof. Pierre Pinal, who has a wealth of experience. Purpose-driven brands achieve more than twice the brand value growth of brands that focus purely on profit generation. And purpose clarity is directly correlated with financial performance, fundamental fast food for the modern innovator. Key criteria for innovation include, within discovery, we have white space, hypothesis, sprints and workshops, white space that are fed by trend predictions, and innovation funnels for brand owner and manufacturer alignment. Strategy comes through in brand architecture, purpose, consumer insights, and with creation in the ideation and design and execution in the prototyping phase. Is innovation in a crisis? Innovation is more critical than ever. So then why do people freeze at the word? It is the way to unlock growth post the pandemic. We need to be excited and highly motivated. Post-pandemic, and as fallouts from Russia's devastating invasion, there are opportunities few feel equipped to pursue. Business is fundamentally changing and the accelerator is still pressed hard. Where to start? I would suggest be curious, build your expertise, question every bite you take, every pack you touch, take in every movie you can. In fact, binge on movies of all types, listen to different genres of music, read comic books, travel, meet as many different people in the community that time allows, read books and watch socioeconomic drivers in society such as food prices, dramatic events in the world, what is happening in the metaverse, Gen Z, millennials, baby boomers, and the aged. It includes building architecture, motor vehicle design, technology, and almost every aspect of our lives, including both macro and micro trends that influence the market. Every industry's focus on innovation has declined, except pharmaceutical. Execs are looking to cling to what is safe, tried and tested. What they know, they will be severely disadvantaged if they do not innovate. Titanic shifts are happening right now. Innovation begins with white space. White space is where unmet, unarticulated needs are uncovered to create an innovation opportunities. It leads to new profit growth potential by defining gaps in the existing market and processes. White space can be used to identify new markets or map incremental innovation in products and or services. Strategic drivers include the brand drivers, such as the brand purpose, position in the market, and the reasons to believe, or the RTBs, for the consumer to grasp a viable innovation, a diverse and innovation panel, and thirdly, the manufacturer's capabilities, such as can this technology be created, does it exist, and how do we go about finding that out? An astute marketing strategy begins with a set of assumptions. These assumptions are word-crafted into a hypothesis. The marketing, shopper, and manufacturing squads and teams, which through verification and further exploration are proved or disproved. Let's use a hypothesis example of Starbucks. Consumers in London and Geneva will purchase a beverage in a returnable cup to build on their commitment to reducing its waste by 50% by 2030. They will launch the Forget-Me-Nots Frappuccino, only available in returnable cups. The consumer will appreciate this effort by the brand to be part of the global goal to reduce volume of throwaway cups. The consumer insights and assumptions in this scenario are tested through research and data predictive analytics, which in turn will inform Starbucks of the likelihood of success or failure of this sustainable innovation. Anyway, I took this article about what they're doing off the web, so let's call this an incremental innovation and watch how it unfolds. I will share a little bit with you later on. It is important to ask questions to try and disprove the hypothesis. This also tests how well the team understands the consumer, such as which brand values are to be transported on the innovation. Is it a brand value that's relevant to an adult or a child? Is it a brand that is fun or serious, such as chocolate or pharmaceutical? Is it occasion-based, and when will it be consumed or used? What consumer and or shopper needs do we want to satisfy with the innovation? How long will the consumer engage with this innovation? Will they consume it on the university steps, outside class, or in the canteen? What kind of product is going to go into the packaging? A ready-to-eat, eat and eat, scoop or dip? Does it need utensils? Is it a dry snack? Will it be consumed by one person or shared? A family sit-down occasion or while driving? Perhaps the consumer will seal it and use it again, or they may freeze it. Do they want to take it from the freezer to the microwave without it going soggy? In our research and development, what technical framework conditions should apply to the packaging innovation based on the consumer need state? What is currently available versus what will be available from the manufacturers, and what are their long-term capabilities? Investment required and time frame to enable the research and development, or the R&D. Discovery and scenario planning through ongoing homework ensures that the project stays on track. It can be a lot of fun and includes collation of the current brand real estate and a number of questions on company, category, brand, product usage, and attributes. A visual audit is documented through the shopper lens and covers business objectives, speed and market impact, including manufacturing capabilities, research and development, regional brand safaris to further anticipate micro and macro trends. We also want to use data to supercharge innovation, connect this with the different and seemingly disparate ideas and approaches uncovered in bringing color to our white space. Questions typically asked prior to conducting an innovation workshop or an innovation sprint are: what works for you in the current packaging? What works for the consumer in the current packaging? And what does not work for you in the current packaging? And what does not work for the consumer in the current packaging? In our design sprint, in our innovation sprint, or our full innovation workshop, we will take into account the questions we have just asked and the discovery process that we followed. So of the typical two processes that can be used, a sprint or the full workshop, however, in both of these, the alignment of the team, design and data, food scientists and factory engineers is crucial. Innovation thrives in a fluid ecosystem with brand entrepreneurship, new approaches, and most importantly, the spark. Consideration on key criteria include whether we are required to be smart, to be convenient, change material, be sustainable, change system, or be extraordinary. In our Be Smart, technologies such as RFID, NFC, and QR codes create new experiences of communication and track and traceability. In our Be Convenient, is it easily controlled opening, closing, dosing, taking the micro stress out of consumers' lives and creating a competitive edge? In Being Sustainable, are we adhering to the ERPs and our drivers with regard to making the world a better place for ourselves and for our customers? Change material, are we going to surprise in exchanging known materials for similar or different materials to drive alternate perceptions for the consumer? Adding an edge of technology to the pack, or are we simply going to be extraordinary? In terms of being extraordinary, it could be a new process such as Airbnb, Uber Eats, a different way to engage and experience our entire chain from manufacture to experience. Experienced teams either get it right with what we call a design sprint, a super fast, flexible ideation, erupting with multiple solutions, saving time, cost, and complexity of the more in-depth workshops. The more in-depth workshops typically are more robust. These workshops take a day, hosted hopefully somewhere out of the ordinary, with results that are extraordinary, tangible, and in real time. Enabling businesses and partner silos to become squads of innovation, resulting in key performance indicators and timelines. Both the sprint and the workshop share a common goal: to change silos to squads that fly in formation toward a common objective. Innovation is a broadly used term in a process which may seem daunting. To make it less daunting, it is important to use gates. These gates help us to pause, analyze, and assess where we are within the process. Gate number 1, using the drivers of white space, the hypothesis, data from discovery and the visual audit to pause, assess, and evaluate outputs with all stakeholders. Gate 2, ideational scamping to enable all parties to visualize the solutions. Gate 3, selection of the solutions which prove the hypotheses. In the discovery, manufacturing processes are assessed: carton producers, blow molders, printers, industrial designers, manufacturing plants such as glass manufacturers, mold makers, to further enable the feasibility selection process. Ideations that are complex and slow down the manufacturing process are eradicated from the funnel, and designs that enable quick mold release are included. Industrial designers and engineers review mold making capabilities, and a reflection of the funnel takes place, as well as consultations on projected capability strategies. If we watch this little slide of how fast globs of glass work, we'll see that we cannot be complicated in our solutions. Anyway, it jumps. So I'm going to carry on. How long will the innovation have to be in the market with an advantage? In the merchandising environment, it's important to make sure that we take full advantage of the shelf space. As consumers traditionally only spend 1 second looking at any one piece of packaging. Does it shout the loudest, or is it the quietest? Is it the boldest, but not shy? An important consideration is e-commerce. How visible are the product attributes online? Does it meet the requirements of Amazon and various other e-commerce stores in terms of shape, so that we do not have too much wasted space in other external secondary pieces of packaging, taking into account breakages and leakages? And with regard to sustainability, I think we need to be real. If it's not sustainable, then it should not get past the door. There should be a green space in the white space. Upstream innovation requires a shift in mindset beyond focusing on incremental packaging improvements. It is about rethinking how we get products and services without creating waste. Rethinking the packaging means innovating at the packaging design level to provide the same essential packaging function while designing out waste. Product attributes, such as technical drawings of the structural design and engineering, the decorating process, the number of colors that are used, and varnish and braille techniques. Chemical and compound limitations in the material for certain products and foodstuffs, and barrier properties that need to be considered include moisture, light, oxygen, past discovery processes, and the outcomes. The bill of materials, or the BOM, cost optimization exercises, what has been done in the past and present. Other factors include sales forecasts and supply chains. Ideation, evaluation, and implementation are further considerations for the innovation squad. Need to look at our fiscal analyses, competitor reevaluation, and multidisciplinary elements, including omni-channel, digital marketing, traditional marketing, and guerrilla marketing. Packaging touchpoints, assessments against our KPIs, creative ideation to give visual expression to innovations for evaluation and implementation against these latest set of criteria, and tracking of cost savings. Review and review again to make sure that no side effect is overseen. The design, ideation, prototyping, food technologists, R&D, manufacturing, consumer and shopper experts, as well as industrial designers and innovation partners, act as first responders to the climate crisis. They embrace manufacturers as enablers. Consideration is given to iconic intellectual property creation against brand attributes, such as a common shoulder, closure, tamper evidence, across multiple volumes of packaging formats. Visual prototyping through sketching to computer AI, and assessment against secondary packaging and distribution drivers, or workshopped. In summary, a brand may have multiple formats which are grouped into packaging clusters with iconic and recognizable attributes. In design, usage and engagement, retailer rebates, and PPAs, our pack price architecture, are factored into this analysis. Ongoing competitor benchmarking before and post-launch, as competitors will be sure to follow, ensuring compliance with all legislation and quality aspirations, and again, further selection against technology efficiencies, customer demands, sales, and procurement. So let's go back to our last slide, which is Starbucks. As we know, Starbucks, in its hypotheses, has committed to reducing its waste by 50% by 2030. To achieve this goal, the coffee house chain is increasingly relying on reusable cups. As part of the returnable cup program, for example, customers in selected cities are given the option to purchase beverages in returnable cups. By using selected cities as the launch gates, the innovation can be measured, analyzed, and adjusted where necessary. The approach of linking sustainability with innovation is consistent and further proof of how significant sustainable strategy is. If the consumer was not ready to use a reusable cup, the hypothesis would be incorrect and the innovation would fail. Thank you for listening to me during this module, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.